Hello and hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. How you guys doing? Did you know more Americans have German roots than any other nationality? Yes, I did. I actually did know that, and I think it's fascinating, which is why I want to react to this video by The Local. Check them out, link down below. The incredible story of German Americans. I always just find this very interesting, how much German heritage is here in America. Or, as a lot of Americans would say, I'm German. Hey, did you know I'm actually German? Only in America. You'll go around, yeah, dude. What's up? Yes. Oh, yeah. What's your name? I'm actually German, bro. Yeah, I was born in California, but I'm German. Yeah. There's a lot of that. It's an interesting thing. But it's because, yeah, Americans, a lot of us have our roots in Germany. And obviously, it's not like Europe. It's not like you're going to run into people from other countries all the time here in America. So when people say, I'm German, they just mean their ancestors are, they have German heritage. But it is kind of funny. Anyway, that was a tangent. Let's see what we got. And I notice it more and more, by the way. Now that I know more and more about Germany, about German culture, I see more and more of it here in America. Oh my God, this is way too loud for me. Holy crap. I'm sorry if that blew your eardrums out. Okay, what did that say? 44 million U.S. citizens. Wow, that's like a fifth. No, not quite. That's like a seventh. Deutsche Amerikaner. Johnny Depp. Pink. You know, somehow that makes sense. She's from Berlin, isn't she?
And I have great respect for the country. My father is
Donald Trump. There you go. He's your fault.
German, right? Was German. And born in a very wonderful place in Germany.
What place? Huge impact on American society. Yeah, I'll say so. I mean, I just notice more and more now there's German towns. There's towns with German names. There's people's names are German. You know, I'll just think a lot more often. Oh, you know, that's in Schmidt. Schmidt? That sounds pretty German. Now I think about it. Weber? You know? Weber? They established the kindergarten. No wonder it's called the kindergarten. Okay, I feel like I knew that, but I kind of forgot that. You guys invented the freaking Christmas tree. Good job with that one. That's freaking iconic. That's an interesting one. The hamburger. Everybody assumes it like came from Hamburg, which I guess, I mean, the truth about it is that in Hamburg, I looked this up once. Let me know if I get this wrong. There was a dish, and maybe there still is a dish of like ground beef made into a patty, but here in America, the Germans, you guys came over here and turned it into a sandwich, into what is now known as a hamburger. I didn't know you popularized the hot dog, but of course that makes sense too. And those are the two most iconic American foods, probably, right there, right? The hot dog and the hamburger. That just goes to show the German roots.
Chickenpox love hot dogs.
In 1683, a small group of German families set out on a journey that took them from the Rhine River in Germany.
Okay, I didn't know there was a German American Day. What is that?
To the Schuylkill River outside of Philadelphia.
I'm looking that up real quick. German America. Wait, what? It just happened, y'all. It just freaking happened. Isn't Unification Day on the 9th? Wait, okay, Unification Day is on the 3rd. Unity Day. What's German America Day? We don't get off on this day from work. Just celebrates German heritage. Germantown, Pennsylvania. Wow, that's really neat. Didn't know about that.
River in Germany to the Schuylkill River outside of Philadelphia.
Wow.
And there they established what became a rock-steady foundation for the 7 million countrymen to follow.
You know, I have, I lived in Pennsylvania for a while, and I did not realize, you know, now I guarantee if I go back, I'll notice so much more German stuff. Indentured servitude. This music is blowing my eardrums out, even though it's all the way down here. You guys can't see that. It's very low, and it's still loud. Anyway, German migrants continued to arrive in great numbers in the 19th century. Wow. So over the course of like 100 years, 6 million Germans. I mean, that's kind of a long time. But yeah, I mean, what even was the population of America in like 1914? We're figuring it out, fellas. 99 million, almost 100 million. It's 6 million. I mean, okay, that's bad math. Let's be honest, that's bad math, because this is over that whole time span. So obviously a lot of these people died. So you can't just say, oh, 6 million of these 100 million were German. Not how that works. But actually, these 6 million people had kids, lots of kids. So actually it might have made a lot more than 6 million with German heritage out of that 99 million. Anyway, I'm confusing myself. The Pennsylvania Dutch.
Ich kann mich nicht erinnern, wo ich nicht beide Sprachen konnte, Deutsch und Englisch. Ich habe es zur selben Zeit gelernt. Und dann bin ich 3 Jahre, nach...
I hear a little bit of a difference. I'm sure that's a stark difference to you guys as far as the dialect and the accent. It's funny how, to me, she just kind of sounds German. It's like German, but a little bit of, honestly, like an American accent, I feel like. Is that accurate? She's like, Galand. Galand.
Deutsch und Englisch. Ich habe es zur selben Zeit gelernt. Und dann bin ich 3 Jahre nach einer Country Schule.
Country? In the country? German would never. Country? That was crazy. Out in the country. Ah, John Jacob Astor. Not the most German sounding name. Karl Schurz. Schultz. Schultz is another common name here in America. History doesn't always repeat, but it certainly does rhyme, now doesn't it, folks? How can German American... What? That's really interesting, considering how we just learned about what a massive part Germans played in you know, like the founding of America, essentially. Like, you know, they are among a huge amount of the first immigrants. So how can they not be American enough? What does that mean? What does that mean? It's funny times. Danger to pro-Germans, loyal Americans. Welcome to Edison Park. Wow. Danger. If you're pro-German, you are in danger. I mean, obviously, this makes sense that it was during World War I and World War II. Still just wild to think. I didn't know Germans and German Americans were put in internment camps. I thought it was just the Japanese during World War II that were famously and embarrassingly, you know, it's considered here in America in our history classes, that's considered, you know, a black eye on our history is the fact that we put Japanese in internment camps here in America during World War II. But I didn't know we did that to Germans during World War One. Whoa. Erase German culture. Oh my God. My patriotism will not permit me to let you give him this doll. Nothing wrong with me, but that doll is stamped made in Germany. That's a sign of quality today. Although it's getting more and more rare, unfortunately. Now it's all made in China. Is that why the United States now has a gigantic, especially in New York, just a really, really large Jewish population? I guess they fled Europe during World War II to New York. No German customers wanted here. Notice, let Hitler, the gangster, return Czechoslovakia. Man, it's so weird. It's so weird looking back on history like that, you know? People were just way, way more brazenly prejudiced back in the day. Just way, way more. And I feel like it was that way. I mean, not just in America, like everywhere, you know what I mean? I mean, I feel like that's what gave rise to Hitler, like, and the Nazis. Like, people were just way more willing to be like, yeah, screw that group of people. You know, it just wasn't in the hive mind of the world society that it's like, oh, you know, maybe we shouldn't do that. You can't judge an entire group of people and discriminate against them just for being affiliated with a group they were born into. I mean, obviously, we still have some of those problems today, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was. Although it's been getting worse, I will concede. Don't speak the enemy's language. Wow. So after Yeah, there's zero German phobia today. Next to zero, I'd say. Is this... I mean, yeah, okay. I'm considering whether or not I should even think out loud while I think this. I guess I will, you know. It's always unfortunate that, you know, sometimes things might be controversial or offensive or whatever. But what I'm thinking is it a bad thing to assimilate into a culture if you immigrate to a country? You know, like, I mean, if a bunch of Americans went to Germany right now, would it be bad if they became Germanized? Or would you say, oh man, unfortunately the American, you know, culture that we brought to Germany, it faded away after a while. Like, I mean, I for one do find it interesting. I'm glad there are pockets of these like German cultures here in America. It is interesting to me, you know, like the Dutch, the Pennsylvania Dutch and the Texas Germans, and even here in Indiana, surprising amount of German towns and stuff. I find it very interesting and fun. But yeah. In general, as far as like everybody unifying together, that does unfortunately mean some culture will be kind of lost and integrated into American culture. Oh yeah. We just looked at some of the Oktoberfests here in America. Actually, you know what? That would be fun to just look at the American Oktoberfests. I think I'm going to do that next week. American Oktoberfests, you know. Although I won't lie, it would be even more interesting to see a German reacting to American Oktoberfests. 1 million German speakers. That's a lot. That was interesting. That was a great video. Check out the local. You learn a bit of German and you begin to realize a lot of German last names are German words. That's basically what I was saying. A lot of Germans changed their names to English-sounding names after World War II. See, now that's kind of unfortunate that they felt the need to do that. But, you know, I understand. Mueller. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.